In today's video, I'm going to be giving you 3 tips on your ranked constructed ladder climb up to Mythic. What is going on, friends? My name is Ike, and this is another Magic the Gathering Arena video. Today, we're going to talk about some tips to help us be more efficient while climbing up the constructed ranked ladder. Before we get started, let's break apart what makes up the ladder. Now, there are 6 ranks. There's bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, and of course, mythic. Now, excluding mythic, there are 4 tiers in each rank. And within each tier, there are 6 steps to get to the next tier. That means that there are 20 tiers and 120 steps. What that means mathematically, you need to be a plus 120 in the games that you played to hit Mythic. Now, if you go 120 and 0, so be it. Most of us, human people, will not be able to do that. And in turn, we need to play a number of games to hit that plus 120. Disclaimer, this is taking place in preseason 2 of February of 2019. All of this can change in the way in which the ladder works. Tip number 1. Should you play best of 1 or best of 3? What is more efficient? Well, we have math on our side here. And in the description below, I am going to link a fantastic article using linear algebra and some fun Python code to determine which one is actually better, best of 1 or best of 3. And in the article, best of 3 can outperform almost by a 20-game spread, more efficient, with a player who happens to be 60% win rate, and about 15 game spread for a player who happens to be a 55% win rate. And remember, in the beginning of the video, I mentioned that you need to have a plus 120 to hit Mythic rank. And so mathematically, the most efficient way is best of 3. If you are a new player, I am still going to tell you to play a best of 1. And there's a couple of reasons why I believe that's the best case. In a best of 1 format, there's no sideboarding. And sideboarding is another variable that you will have to play with when trying to understand the game of Magic. Now, I have not been playing Magic as long as many other people have. And so I would consider myself an average player. And when I ranked ladder this last month, I used best of 1 to limit the amount of variable. Tip number 2. You want to stick to 1 or 2 decks when you're laddering. And this does a couple of things. 1, remember that the mechanisms for your deck take time to understand. Your deck is complicated if you're playing mono blue or mono red, and really if you're playing control decks like Esper or Grixis if you're playing Grixis control. And just remember that you're not just learning how to play the deck when you ladder. You're learning how other people disrupt your strategy and how you keep them from doing so. Stick to the 1 or 2, and it's going to simplify the process of learning. Like the first tip, playing a best of 1 when you're learning the game decreases complexity. So if you're a newer player, play 1 or 2 decks playing best of 1. I honestly think that this might be the easiest but also hardest tip. And that is simple. You need to create mechanisms that protect you from tilting. Now, tilting is something that we've used in poker. In poker, a game that you might have played before, is a game of luck. It's a game of chance, but there is still skill involved, and similar to all card games. And sometimes luck is not on our side. We need to understand that it's no one's fault if that card did not come up off our top deck. It's okay. Don't freak out. And so we need to create some mechanisms that protect us from getting upset, emotional, irrational. And I have a couple for you. These are what I use. If I lose 3 games in a row, I take a break. Because every single time I have done that, and that's me playing poker, the whole concept happens when I start losing. I think I then need to play more so I can make up the loss. And that's furthest from the truth. What will take place is that you'll just lose more. You'll make irrational decisions. You'll get unlucky again, because that's just the way things work. And your bad plays will play into the bad luck. So you have to stop playing when you get 3 losses. Second one, just remember, y'all, it is luck. This game does take experience and skill. But there are times you will just get unlucky. You have to deal with it. Be okay with that. It's no one's fault. Don't get upset. I do have a bonus 4th tip here, but this is going to be maybe a obvious, and that is just to get better at the game. And if you do all of the 3 tips above, you will get more experience. You'll get better at knowing what is causing you to lose, and you will be better at handling the stress, anxiety, bad beats that will take place in your ladder climb. Now finally, I'm going to end on my game that I had that allowed me to hit Mythic in February. Hope you enjoy. Alright friends, playing some Sultai midrange last couple games, purely because everybody and their mother is playing mono red, blue, or white. And so far we are 4-0. Going up back to where we were before with mono red. And it's probably purely because we are playing a deck that happens to counter most of the aggro decks. So that's one of the main things that we definitely want to try to do when we're laddering, is to adapt. This is really any card game. This isn't any different from anything that you're used to. Any card game, you're needing to adapt to what's going on. If you're running up in a ladder, what is most people playing? What's going on? It looks like he has a cast down here. Moment of Craving, same thing. Let's go ahead and get a, oops. I thought this was my other Vraska. I do have a, I have the Relic Seeker in here, but I have, I can never think of her name. We have another, Vraska in here as well. If, the Llanowar Elf does not get removed, we will have a Vivian next turn. If he's thinking about cast down our Moment of Craving, non-land from it, and that player discards it. Vivian's gone. There's no way. Vraska's scary, but Vivian's, in my opinion, gets my card draw. I win the card draw battle, basically. Like, next turn I can play Vivian too, so you want to get rid of that one. Now, if he can do this very same thing again and get rid of the Vraska Relic Seeker, it's going to be a huge bummer for us. Because right now, that is our out. We haven't drawn extremely well right now. They're not playing any creatures. Okay. There's my other one. Little Gore Gary Queen. I think we're gonna do this.
Make way for your captain.
I think there's an argument to be made to attack first, but this is all the same, the way that I see it. Okay. I'll go Gary Queen next turn and sacrifice this artifact. Never mind, I was going to do that until they are going to now remove it. Such a weird deck. Mono black control? I like it. I like it a lot. Cool. Played the DNR our entire hand, so we're not looking too great right now. Okay. I'd assume that. I really need card draw, to be honest with you. Yeah, this has Menace, so it requires multiple cards to draw. Multiple cards to, what's the word? It requires multiple cards to block. I will sacrifice good old Llanowar War Elf. Really needing some good stuff right here. Hopefully they use one of those other... Oh, this card's not good. Minus... Oh, definitely -3 here on the 4/4. Definitely -3 on the 4/4. Let me go ahead and do that. This Spawn of Mayhem. I have another video regarding this card. It's pretty cray-cray. And I definitely don't want that to get out of hand. We're just going to hang out tight here. Protect our Vraska. It's currently our only hope. By the way, win or lose, I love the idea that people are playing decks that necessarily aren't, you know, the net decks that most people play. I did create this mid-range deck version, but the mono red that I've been playing, that's a net deck. Usually net decks are very strong, but I love the creativity that comes into play here.
That won't stop me.
Alright, it's another one of those. Alright. We'll create another 2/2.
My crew is the finest in the seas.
And how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 6. Blue, green. He's doing something. I'm not sure what it is. Alright, he's going to bring a 2/2 into play. Alright. Still going to hang tight. I'm protecting Vraska's Relic Secret the best that I possibly can. Okay. We'll go ahead and play the Jade Light Ranger first. I think I'm looking for another Hydro Crisis. Nope, I'm looking for that. I'm killing the Graveyard Marshal, so they can't continuously... he's probably going to do it twice now. That's my assumption. He'll bring in 2 and do it twice. Okay. And then I'm just going to just attack with the Krasis. This is going to kill off the Veraska. This guy right here will. But I think next turn I have lethal if they don't put it down another flyer.
Back to the ship.
Okay. I'll play this first. We'll draw a ton of cards because I'm attacking with everything. If he does this, I think he loses. Right? No. Yeah, he loses. Yep, I think he loses there. So he needs to do something different here. He can't with these two Knight of Malice. He can't double block the Wild Growth without losing. He's still losing right now. Yeah. Cool. GG. All right, friends, one more. One more. One more. Till Mythic. And again, it's funny. I know that it's purely random and the matchmaking doesn't necessarily, you know, care what you're playing, but I swear there's something going on. I've played nearly non-stop mid-range and control decks since switching to Sultai. I think I've played one mono red. This card's surprisingly good against aggro. I like the cast down, and I like the mana pool. That's the reasons I'm keeping this. And the Midnight Reaper allow me to draw. And it's a 3/2 for 3. So I have a little bit of everything here. It's not ideal. A Llanowar elf into a Walker into a Jade Light Ranger into with having a cast down in hand, I think would be the most ideal. But I think this is something that I'll be happy playing. Hopefully playing into Mythic. Now when Mythic comes, I'm playing a bunch of garbage stuff. Mono blue. Oh, okay. Llanowar elf decided to show up. I'm okay with this. No, Demir. Very cool. Keep that in library. I have a lot of land, so Hydra Krasis will be nice. Hoping they tap out here. Okay. This Relic Seeker can kill enchantments. Let me think about this. Yeah. This technically can kill it too. That's actually a card draw mechanic for them. And by the way, we're playing another control-ish, mid-range-ish looking deck. So, funsies, right? Dive down? Dive down would be interesting. Quite interesting to me. Spell Pierce. Sure, I'll play the 2 mana. Can't do anything else really this turn, but that's okay. And we're not going to sacrifice anything right now. We're going to get a Hydro Krasis out, a 3/3 Hydro next turn, draw 1 card. Unless we draw a land, then we'll get a draw 2 cards and get a 4/4 out. Everything's looking good so far. It can turn very quickly though. Okay. Moment of craving. Okay. Let's go ahead and get 3/3 out. And if this is countered, it's not a big deal to me. He's 2 more turns, so in turn 3, if he doesn't remove the Vraskas. Now it costs mana for him to remove the Vraskas. So a Ritualist Suit is good. That does remove a lot of our, our stuff. I'm going to play a Land and War Elf and a Midnight Reaper. And so if he tries to remove again, we're just going to draw 2. Okay. Draw a card. I'm not going to kill it yet. I actually don't mind discarding any card here. I'm going to discard the Cry anyway. We'll just draw 1 and put a 3/3 on board. And then we have a pretty good turn if we need to next turn with Wild Growth Walker and the Branch Walker as well. I knew this was going to have to happen. There's 0 way for them to be able to handle that. We're not drawing the mana that we need, which is a bummer. And they are running Ritualist Suit, so I'm only going to play 1 Wild Growth Walker here. And we'll go ahead and just bring that out. I could easily play the second, but I'm going to choose not to. I do draw 4 if they can clear the whole board. Thief of Sanity or Jade Light Ranger? I'm not sure. I'm not sure which one they'd go with there. Thief of Sanity. It's good, but it's not going to protect them and save them. Okay. Kills everything and I'll draw 4 cards, right? No. Okay, yeah. I thought I drew 4. He does seem to have a somewhat of a comeback here. Because I drew so many lands. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Go ahead and sacrifice that. I don't mind discarding a card, and I'm going to take the gamble that he cannot remove all these cards again. And also, let's bring this in. And if worst comes to worst, I'm just going to -10. And he has to have a card that removes most of the board as well. Yeah, okay, cool. Sweet! Hey! We did it, team. We did it. Oh, yeah. Mythic, baby.